Hi guys! If you have been following me on my social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, this month, that is June 2019, you would have definitely noticed that I'm doing my card a day readings with this awesome deck, which is called the Raven's Prophecy Tarot, and it's created by the lovely Maggie Stiefvater. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She is actually an author, which is something that was very fascinating to me. And she created this deck. She's also an artist, and she drew this deck to go with her book series. I believe the Raven Cycle it is called. I have not read it, but if you just pop on over to Amazon, you'll see she's super popular and everything, and the books are even very, very popular. The point is, she drew this deck to be a companion deck to her whole series of books that she was writing, which in itself is an awesome thing, if you ask me. So clearly, I've had this deck for a while, and I'm going to be, of course, reviewing this in this particular video. So hang in there. Hey guys, this is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, my site where I blog about all the things that I have learned from and about the tarot cards. I also review tarot decks and books and make videos via this YouTube channel. I am a professional tarot card reader and I teach and mentor students who are interested in learning tarot. I have also written a book about how you can enhance your readings using storytelling techniques. You can find this book on Amazon across the world. Now, I've included these and other links in the video description, so be sure to check that out. And for more awesome tarot content, just hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So, when I bought this deck, I got it off Amazon, and you can too. The link for the Amazon thing is in the description. It is an associate link, so if you buy it from that link, I'll get a few pennies. But if more people buy it, then I get more pennies, and ultimately I use that money to buy more decks. Isn't that great? So anyway, the point is this deck is easily available on Amazon, and it came packaged in this box, right? It is a decent cardboard box. Nothing great about it, to be honest, right? It just comes nicely packed in it. If you look, if I open it, I mean, I've already removed the deck from it because I got it a while back. But it comes with this sort of a thing in it. So you got the little space for the book in there and space for the deck, and that's all there is to it. So clearly, this is just a box meant to ship the deck to you in. So I naturally put it away. And here's the book, right, that comes with it. So this is a lovely design. Again, this is a lovely design, right? And what I did was I put the cards in this lovely bag. It's a velvet bag. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's a nice velvety, and it's a dark, like dark blue colored. So, cause it's the Raven Tarot, right? Raven's Prophecy Tarot. So, I don't know. I just went with it, like theming it and everything. So, every time I look at this, I'm like, oh, I know which deck this is. So, that's what I did. So, before we get into, a look-see at all the cards, let's quickly look at the book that comes with it because I love it. See, this deck is a bit different from your standard decks in terms of the imagery that you get to see in here. And so a book is most definitely going to be super handy, especially if you're going to get to know this deck and understand what it's all about. So let's flip through it very quickly. It's called Illuminating the Prophecy, which is really cute. And you have a little bit about the author. And the contents, we have introduction about the theme, how to do a reading, spreads, major, minor, arcana, standard stuff. So here in the introduction, and I really would encourage you to give this a read, right? She talks about how the tarot, kind of what it means to her, how she connected with it, and ultimately how she ended up drawing the cards and stuff like that. And it's just brilliant. Like you really get to know what was going on in her head when she was making this deck. And here the theme, this goes really in depth. Why she chose the raven, right? Out of all the birds, why she chose the raven. It talks about all that good stuff. Actually, there you go. I borrowed the curious and cunning Welsh ravens to symbolize our logical, conscious minds and emphasize the traditional fire of the wand suit to represent creative force throughout the entire deck. That's what I was looking for. So anyway, she talks about it. Then she goes about how to do a reading. And I love it because she begins like, story, story. I keep saying story. And I'm going to say it again. A reading is a story. Full marks for that. I always say that a reading is a story. In fact, I even wrote a book about it. Oh my God. Unintentional self-promotion. And then she talks about the majors, minors, the court cards, and then the cycles, which is pretty interesting. There are several cyclical journeys described in the tarot deck, and then she goes on the major arcana. And I guess each suit is there you go, each suit is a progressive cycle. It's brilliant. I think she and I really think alike on many counts. And the nitty-gritties. So she talks about certain rituals that she likes to follow when she does a reading. Now, here's her thing about reverse tarot card meanings, right? She doesn't talk about reversed meanings in this book because she thinks that the cards carry all the nuance they need without complicating it even more with additional definitions to memorize. That's just, that's kind of where she and I differ. I believe reverse meanings really add value. The fact that the card is reversed brings our attention to it. That, hey, something's not quite right here, right? So just by being that, I feel reverse cards serve a big purpose. But let's agree to disagree. To each their own. That's what tarot community, the tarot world is all about, right? Everybody has their own way, and every way is good. So anyway, we have spreads. This single card reading, 3 card, 10 card. This is a very different 10 card. It's not your standard Celtic cross in that way. And then the major arcana. So what we see here is first there's obviously a little write-up about the major arcana. And then the picture of the card, some keywords, and some information about the imagery and stuff, the story, and then so on and so forth for all of the major cards. I'm going to skip through this because, hey, we're going to do a flip through of the cards, yeah? And these are black and white images, so you're going to see the full color one in a bit. And then we have the minor arcana. She starts with the cups. And it's the same format. There's keywords, the card image, a little write-up, and then the next one, right? And after the cups, we go into the coins. So the pentacles are called coins here. And they're represented by flowers. Wait, cups is... Okay, coins. And then swords is swords. That's nice. And then finally wands, which again, like she said in the beginning, the suit of fire. Got the Queen and King of Wands. And that's about it. And what I will tell you here is, please, if you're going to be working with this deck, take the time to read the book. It will really, really help, because a lot of the meanings, and I mean, even if, let's say, it adheres to a lot of the Rider-Waite meanings, which is great, but the symbolism that is present in this deck, very specific to this deck, right? Like, just over here on the last page, I chose fiery antlers for this card to echo the responsible sentiment of the Ten of Wands. But unlike the heavy antlers in the 10, these are fire with purpose. Hold your head high when you see this card and lead the way, right? Because the King of Wands, there are all these antlers here, and in the Ten of Wands, you see the similar antlers here. So there's a lot, you see the similarity here, right? There's this explanations about why these images, why these symbols were specifically used and chosen. And she really, really talks about it in this. So don't ignore the book. Don't say, I don't need to see it. No, you do. Spend some time going through it, skim through it. Or even as you're doing readings with it, right? Let your intuition come into play, but then look into the book and see, what are they saying? That sort of a thing. Please, please, please. This book is a very, very useful and chock full of information kind of a resource. At how many pages? 184 pages, right? This book is really worth going into. Okay, now with that being said, let's look at the cards here. Okay, give me a moment and I'm going to adjust the camera so it's closer and so you get a better look at the cards. Okay. All right, so here we are. The basic format here is that all these cards have this orange sort of border, and the card name is written on the bottom of the card, and then you have the image, which is usually having in a dark background, and then there's a foreground of some colorful, beautiful imagery. And I think it's amazing because the dark background really brings it out, and the orange, I think I love the color orange. Orange is a very spiritually affiliated color. All the sannyasis in India, they wear orange. Saffron is the color actually to symbolize detachment or spirituality or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Ouch. So there you go, making a fool of myself on camera yet again. But here we go. Let's begin with the flip through. I mean, that's what you guys came here for. So this is the full card. Brilliant, isn't it? Oh yeah, and let's talk about the card back. Because she does not believe in the card reversals and such, the card back is not reversible. Again, agree to disagree on how reverse cards are useful, right? So what I do is I just close my eyes after I've mixed the cards, so when I'm pulling them, I don't know whether the card is upright or reversed. But I like this design. Let's talk about that. This is the pentacle, the lemniscate. You have your wands, your swords, your cups. So all the four suits and then the lemniscate. It's beautiful. I love it. And again, it's all, there's that orange and black thing there going on. So it's lovely. It's lovely. I love the card back. I just wish it was more reversal friendly. But hey, we don't always get everything, right? Anyhow, so this is your Fool card. The Magician card. I like how all these same symbols which are on the card back are now kind of etched or engraved in the hand of the magician. So it's very symbolic, right? So all this power is in your hands, kind of a thing. High Priestess. Again, very beautiful symbolism with the mirror there and all these lovely colors, right? Look within. Take flight. It's all, again, this whole thing is so open to lovely interpretation. Empress. With all the trees and everything. The forest. And with a little slight thing, oh, maybe there's a fire there or something. Hint of something interesting. The Emperor. See, it's very symbolic. It's not like there, if you're expecting your standard Rider-Waite imagery to show up, then you will be in for a miss, but it is so worth it. It is worth it to just look at just this and go with the energy that comes. I think it opens you up more to being intuitive. The Hierophant. This is the image on the box. Lighting the lamp of knowledge. Lovers. Oh, these are two deer and their antlers intertwining. Chariot. Is that a dragon? Is that a dragon? Strength. This is the same hand of the magician now, isn't it? But now it's like strength. It could be like willpower, kind of, or physical strength. Interpret it whichever way you like. Now the hermit, see, the Hierophant's lamp is in that cave there, and that's showing the light. And since it's 9 connects with 3. Maybe that's the cave you're seeing. Kind of, it's hinting at that cave in the Empress card. Go make your story. Make up a story. I love this Wheel of Fortune card. You see the leaf in all the 4 different cycles of growth and decay, right? Justice. The feather of Mart versus all the gold in the world. Hanged Man. So now we see the first actual raven here is in the Hanged Man, or we can call it the Hanged Raven card. Upside down raven. Death. Love this card. Temperance. Drop of water falling in the pool and moment as it falls. Beautiful, beautiful. The devil. An evil looking mask. Tower. Ah, so beautiful. The star. The moon. I think this is the image on the box, isn't it? Yeah. The moon. The raven eating the moon. Or it looks like it anyway. The sun. Judgment. Is this the same crown from the Death card? Let's see. Or even for that matter, the Emperor card. See this? Is that the same crown? And then, oh yeah. Oh yeah. So the Emperor crown appears in the Death card and then in the Judgment card. What's the story here? And in the world, it's literally like the open road. The world is your, I don't know, oyster. I know the saying is the world is your oyster, but it's like your world is an open road. The world is your adventure waiting for you. You can make up all your stories. Lots of stories. So those were the major arcana. Now let's see. The suit of wands. Ace of wands. Fire burning bright. And then you see these little dots or sparks of fire. This is something I think it repeats in many of the cards. You'll see that. Two of wands. There's actually two wands. Three of wands. I love this whole silhouette. Four of wands. We actually see 4 burning candles. Isn't that cute? But then those candles tip over, and then we have 5 of wands. That is crazy chaos, isn't it? 6 of wands. 7 of wands. She's protecting. Beautiful, beautiful. 8 of wands. Wow. 9 of wands. Ooh, you play with fire, you burn your fingers, hands, everything. 10 of wands. See the card that we talked about earlier with the antlers. Page of wands. Knight of wands. The flaming sword. Game of Thrones reference, anyone? I know, like when she made this deck, Game of Thrones, was it there? I don't think so. This deck has been around for a while, so I don't think this is a Game of Thrones reference. Queen of Wands. I kind of love this image. I mean, Queen of Wands is a card that's pretty close to my heart, on a very personal level. So this is like, she's talking fire. Or she's spewing fire. Whatever, She's just full of fire. And then King of Wands. Okay. Next up is the suit of swords. The Ace of Swords. Again, this is the magician's hand. Please notice. Two of Swords. Now both hands are tied. It's pretty interesting. 3 of Swords. Brutal. 4 of Swords. Now after that, he needs to relax, heal. 5 of Swords. 6 of Swords. Wow. What is that? Okay, I'm going to look at the book here. Okay. 6 of Swords. Oh, it's water. Isn't that interesting? It's water. 7 of Swords. It's like making a promise. 8 of Swords. Someone holding his hand, holding him back. 9 of Swords. Fear of the unknown, fear of deterioration and death, inevitably. And Ten of Swords. Here we go. What you are most afraid of actually comes true in your face. Page of Swords. I like how she uses the imagery of feathers here with the sword suit. It's pretty much amazing, yeah. Oh, and yeah, I love this one. Just the imagery, the logic of it. A pair of scissors there with bloody scissors for the Knight of Swords. Ooh, Queen of Swords. Swords, water. Queens are feminine, element in that, and so it's beautiful. Again, water is feminine, and the King of Swords. So this sword is sheathed now. So basically, it's in control. And the kings are all about control, right? Okay. Next up is the Suit of Cups. Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. I believe you'll see a bunch of ravens in this one compared to the other suits. You'll see more ravens here. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. It's like very interesting. Two are here and these two are, reflection. Oh boy. Talk about the symbolism here. Five of Cups. Six of Cups. Crow's looking. The raven's looking at all the bubbles. Seven of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's actually 7 ravens in them. Eight of Cups. Wow. 9 of Cups. So beautiful. 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. Now, because I think this whole suit, all the cards are you see a lot of ravens. So pages will be the eggs there, isn't it? Oh. Knight. Decorated feather. Queen of Cups. Ooh. And the King of Cups. And finally, we come to the Suit of Pentacles, or in this case, coins. So the Ace of Coins, Two of Coins. Here, I think we'll see flowers, especially roses, right? Because coins is all the manifestation, right? It is what I feel that all the energies, like the major arcana are the spiritual component, but then wands is fire, passion, swords are thoughts, intellect, ideas, cups are feelings, emotions, creativity, intuition. But when it all comes together, the spiritual and all these components, spiritual, the passion, the idea, the feeling, the creativity, it all comes together and actually manifests into reality. We see pentacles or coins. So I feel all the elements are kind of shown there in that card. I mean, that's my logic. I don't know. In the pentacle suit, you do see shades of all the 4 suits. So, I mean, if you look in major arcana as also a suit, then all the 4 suits prior to this one are also shady. The shades are there. 3 of coins. Beautiful. 4 of coins. Oh, these are the thorny stems of the roses. that have been tied. The thorns are still there. Mm. Ah, 5 of coins. Well, the roses can't stay in full bloom forever, can they? 6 of coins. 7 of coins. Ah, 8 of coins. 9 of coins. Wow, so beautiful. And 10 of coins. Such beautiful. Page of coins. You see? A little sapling. It's just sprouted. Knight of coins. It's a shovel. Queen of coins. And finally, the rose with the thorns. King of coins. Wow. This is such a beautiful, 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 beautiful deck. All right. So just some few closing remarks. The cards are not very thick. They have a glossy finish, but the glossy finish is something, actually it makes the cards kind of, easily, spreadable. So that is a good thing in my opinion. Those of you probably prefer thick cards may be disappointed, but I like this is optimal thickness according to me. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, but you need to not rough handle this deck. Like, you can't just be like, no, you have to be a little genuinely careful, or aware, while you're handling this deck, because then you might end up easily bending the cards. But they are perfect. They shuffle well, they spread well, and the readings are really, because the imagery of this deck is very, very much into the symbolic kind of arena. These cards, they open themselves up so much for all kinds of intuitive interpretation. It's just brilliantly amazing. So I will always recommend this deck. However, I would say this is more like an intermediate level deck, not a beginner's deck, because there's way too much symbolism that is like, kind of, it kind of assumes this, what this symbol means, like, so and of course the book is there, it is helpful, all of that. But again, as a beginner, I don't know, I mean, because maybe I'm a little bit of a traditionalist, I don't know. Like, I always prefer you learn with the Rider-Waite and then branch off to every other deck out there. But that's just me. But as a beginner, I don't know, if I would have been given this deck, maybe I would have enjoyed it, because it's got a lot of the storytelling elements. But then there are a lot of people out there who don't necessarily aren't into the storytelling thing of it. They just like to read systematically. So for them, maybe this may not be a great deck to kind of just start off with. But on an intermediate level, like, if you've spent enough time with your beginning deck, like whether it is your Rider-Waite, or whether it is, even for that matter, Marseille or Thought, and then you come to this deck, intermediate kind of way, it will be a great deck. You can love, if you love it, this kind of playful imagery, symbolism, storytelling, going on. And the artwork is simply marvelous and brilliant and astonishing at times. It's just, this is one of my favorite decks to go to when I'm stuck with my storytelling, or if I need a writing prompt now and then. This is where I go to, right? So this is my review of the awesome Raven's Prophecy Tarot deck. The Amazon link is in the description, so totally go buy this deck. And if you want to see how I do my card a day readings, especially since this month I'm using this deck, June 2019, go follow me on all my social media places or any one of them because I'm posting everywhere. And yeah, you'll see how I do how I interpret it and so on and so forth. And maybe that might inspire you guys. Okay? Go buy the deck. Go, go, go. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook where I post my card a day readings every day. You can also order a reading for yourself, or you can learn how to read tarot from me, of course. All of these links are in the description, so check that out. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.